Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, coming at you live. Talk about episode 9 of this absolute unfunny shit show that is Ousama Game, the animation. King's Game, the animation. Oh, I hate this show. I hate this show. Um, this episode, much like 2 episodes ago, like the previous episode, the absurdity of it. I just got on camera and I was ranting. I had my scissors because Tadawaki wants to cut hair and everything, and he's gonna smash his hand. It was absurd. It was kind of hilarious. It was so bad it's good almost. And I've been told by several of you guys commenting on those videos that it is pretty hilarious watching me rant, and sometimes it's even that much more entertaining than the show has been. And but the episode before that, it was so like unfunny. I couldn't even wrap my mind around it in a way to rant sort of borderlining comedically, and it was just so unenjoyable 2 episodes ago. And this episode was very much that again. I loathed watching this episode. I mean, the whole like first half of this episode is just a smack in the face. Tadawaki, his whole plan is not to be done with Natsuko. He's not going to kill her. He's not going to remove her from the equation. We see and have seen examples of how sick and fucking twisted she is. Get rid of her already. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but it's like, come on. At least, a fighting chance here. Get rid of this fucking psycho cunt. But no. Tadawaki, what was he all about? What was our boy with the scissors all about? He smashes his hand. His right hand, or whatever it was, left hand, put all the negative, I still, at this point, I don't care. I didn't pay attention to it. He smashed whatever hand it is that requires his being able to give her negative points, and, if nobody saves her, air quotes, she's dead in the water. But he didn't go full on, he didn't go full throttle. He gave 1 negative point to her best chum, Ami, or, Aimi, or whatever the fuck her name is. Why? Because he's not about killing Natsuko. No. That hope, that driven hope, that's not what he wanted. He wants his phone back. He wants his and Nobuaki's phones back. I gotta think there are a lot of easier ways to go about getting your phone back from a psycho. Other than sort of blackmailing her and faking her out and not actually legitimately removing her from the equation. Kill the bitch. I mean, how is this lost on anyone? Has anyone been paying attention? And I don't mean you guys out there, you the viewers. I mean within the show. Nobody in the show has been paying attention to the goings-on. Nobuaki kind of sort of has, but he's such a dumb shit, he doesn't know a thing one to do about it. He's just sort of like, somebody tied his arms behind his back and he's chicken winging it all the time. What do we do? What do we do? So they want the phones back. They're not going to kill Natsuko. They're not going to get her out of the way, finally. They're not going to end the King's Game because it's probably pointedly following her. Nope. They want their phones. A lot of good that does. A lot of good that does for them. Tadawaki most specifically because, while she had the phone, he didn't have the pin locked or whatever. She, hacked it or whatever the fuck she did to make sure she could block the message from the king. Fairly assuring that Tadawaki wasn't going to make it out of this episode alive. And as soon as he smashed his hand and he's crying and he's looking at Nobuaki, and he's saying, I'm still going to be okay. I'm going to get my hand back. I still have my other hand, my right hand. I can still think about becoming a hairstylist and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, he's fucking dead. They pull that same old shit like, you ever watch old classic 50s and 60s World War II movies, and you always got that one guy, hey, it's Buddy, he's gonna go back home to Chicago, he's gonna go see his cubbies, and he's gonna have a hot dog, and he's gonna take his girl to a movie, and then all of a sudden, he's dead. That's the same shit that happened in this episode. And it's happened so many times. Every character who is verbally in the dialogue clinging to life, finding a new lease on life, no matter how bad the shit is, that is vomiting up all around them, surrounding them, and fucking their lives up. If they have any hope, and they express that hope, they're the dead motherfucker. So Teruaki, much as I assumed, bye-bye, sir. You're going to be cutting hair in the afterlife or whatever. And it's all thanks to Natsuko, and it's all thanks to your stupidly wanting your fucking phone back. Putting your phones ahead of getting rid of this psycho bitch. God, that aggravated me. I wanted, like, if I could have made this show physically manifest, I would have choked it. And then that fucking 2-bit Amy or whatever the fuck her name is, she's completely like, I don't know, she's completely psycho as well. She's lost it. It's like that Stockholm syndrome or some shit, falling for your torturer, whatever the psychological terminology is there. I don't remember it specifically, but she's testing Natsuko during that first half and trying to see if she brings up anything about caring for her as well and being her friend. And no, she's only selfishly, pointedly thinking about herself. But then she makes a couple brief allusions to, oh, remember how I saved you back then? How she saved her? She got her involved in track and became her, like, one true friend, I guess. Wow, so heartwarming. And so this psycho, after Natsuko pummels her, jumps on top of her and starts smashing her hand up and everything like that. Which, by the way, here's an issue I have. If somebody like Natsuko goes in and blocks the king's number from, Teruaki's phone, the king isn't ever presently aware enough to differentiate who's actually taking that action. Teruaki is still the one who's punished. Shouldn't it be Natsuko? Shouldn't it catch up to her? Similarly so, if she is the one bashing the shit out of Amy's hand, shouldn't that negate the effects of that because it wasn't Ami or Amy herself choosing to do it? You would think that would be how this works. If somebody else does something in someone else's stead, it shouldn't count as that original person's having done it. It should count as the person who actually did it. But then again, that's logic, and by that logic, Natsuko would have been dead and buried long ago. So we can't have that. We can't have logic, impacting this story. No fucking way. Sorry, folks. If you have even, remotely a hamster on a wheel in that brain turning 24/7, this show ain't gonna make sense to you. Yeah, so Teruaki bites it because of the asshole cuntiness. Pardon my French, but too late. We're almost 9 minutes into this video. Of Natsuko. Her best chum, Ami, she's going to kill herself by the end. She hasn't learned shit. Natsuko hasn't learned shit. Amy, whatever, hasn't learned shit. Teruaki's dead. He got completely fucked over. And then Ryo, whom Teruaki describes as being a little bit of a wimpy guy. I don't know. I get homosexual vibe off of him. I don't think he's wimpy. I think he's sort of, effeminate. Not in a negative way at all. I just think that's the way he is. And he probably cared that much more for Tadawaki because as soon as he sees Tadawaki's beheaded corpse as being held by Nobuaki, and there's the head on the ground, he completely flips a switch. He's gone. He was buying him a hat. He's putting the hat on the headless, shoulders of the corpse. He's kind of doing like a Kermit the Frog, hey, 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 like manipulating it. Why are you not smiling, Tadawaki? I don't know why I just did a vampire like Dracula voice there, but it doesn't matter because it's perfectly fine with the absurdity of this shit show. Let me know what you thought of this episode. That's where I'm going to leave it. Because fuck this show. Catch you later. Peace.